Thank you for stopping by Ballistic BBQ. On today's video, I'm going to be cooking up some mango, pineapple, ginger glazed pork spare ribs on the pit barrel cooker. Let's get going. So this video has been sponsored by Xmark Manufacturing, and I'm part of this campaign they have. Basically, they've created an outdoor living space on their website, which is amazing. So if you're into anything outdoors, go check it out. Link is below. We're going to kick this video off with making this really nice glaze. So I have here 9.5 ounces, came out of the jar at 9.5 ounces of mango pineapple spread, and this stuff is really good. If you can't find this, just a mango jam preserve, pineapple preserve, you don't have to go with mango pineapple. Let your imagination kind of dictate what you use, but this stuff's amazing if you can find it. And I just really like the texture. It's going to be perfect for these ribs. I have here 1 tablespoon apple cider vinegar. This stuff's sweet. I want some acid. 1 tablespoon fish sauce. And again, the stuff's amazing. It does not make anything taste fishy. It just really enhances the flavors. 2 teaspoons kosher salt. We have to balance this flavor out. We need some salt. 1 teaspoon of grated fresh ginger, 1 teaspoon paprika. Now this is 1 teaspoon of very finely minced and seeded Fresno peppers. It has a little heat to it. I wanted a little heat. Whatever pepper you guys want to use, or none at all. 1/2 teaspoon black ground pepper. Then finally I'm going to add 1/2 cup of ginger beer. For those of you wondering, there's no alcohol in this at all. It's just like root beer, but only ginger beer. And I went with this because it has a nice little bite, but it also has some herbal flavors that you don't get from just the ginger alone, the fresh ginger alone. Pour that in, get this mixed up. All right, everything is mixed up. Now what I'm going to do is get this on the stove. I'm going to bring it up to a boil. Then I'm going to lower the temperature to a low simmer, and I'm going to simmer it for about 30 minutes or so. And I just want to, again, kind of evaporate some of the liquid from that ginger beer out, and the flavors are going to concentrate. Let's go ahead and start prepping those spare ribs. So here are the ribs we're cooking today. 2 racks of St. Louis trimmed pork ribs. This one here has the membrane removed from the back. This one does not yet. I'm going to do that on camera. There are 2 ways of doing this. One way, I think it's probably the most common way, is to take a butter knife and slip it underneath, a bone and just sort of loosen up the membrane and then peel it off. It works. I like that way, but I'm going to show you my preferred way. And the reason is there is actually 2 membranes on this rack of ribs here. The one we want to remove is on the surface here. It's the thicker membrane. The other one is more fibrous, and the problem is if you remove that one, the fibrous membrane, then you run the risk of some of the bones loosening up or even coming out during the cook. So what I do is I'll take that butter knife, I still use a butter knife, and I'll more or less scrape it on the top of on the surface of this membrane, and eventually it'll just pull and present itself to you. You can see it's doing it right now. Then once you have just enough of a tag to grab it with a paper towel just keeps it from slipping, then you pull it off. So you can see it on camera. And that was a little piece. That happens sometimes. Of course, the one I did in the house, that didn't happen. There we go. Now all it's left to do is just do a little minor trimming, and just some of these bigger fat deposits I'll remove. Some of these kind of scraggly ends, I'll cut those off, but I'm not going to concern myself too much with trimming these spares. But like these kind of, like I said, scraggly ends, we want to get rid of those. And that's good, I'm happy with that. But you can see that second membrane, and you can see how this one here, you see some bone shining through. A lot of people will dig that knife underneath, this second membrane and pull it off so they see clean bone. And especially when you're hanging ribs, you do not want to do that. So for this initial seasoning, I'm not applying a rub. We're just going to go with kosher salt and black pepper. Just a little bit on the back of the ribs here. So like I said, we will be cooking these on the pit barrel cooker. So let's hook these guys up. And I'm going to go down to the third bone. Hook it like that. Pit barrel's ready to go. I'll meet you guys at the pit. Like I said, pit barrel's all fired up and ready to go. Now I'm just going to take a small handful of hickory chips, toss them in there, lid on, and we're cooking. I'm just going to monitor the tenderness at this point and the color, and right before I pull these things off, we'll baste them with that glaze. Okay, we've been cooking now for a little over 3 hours. We're ready to glaze these ribs. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on so I don't superheat this cooker while I'm glazing these guys. Keep the temperature stable. I mean, just look at that beautiful mahogany color, just gorgeous. I'm going to go ahead and glaze the backs first. I'm not going to go too heavy on the backs. I just want to make sure there's a little bit of flavor on there from this glaze. All right, let's get these back on the pit. So I'm going to give these ribs another 20 minutes or so in the pit just to set the sauce. Then we're going to have a feast. Okay, that 20 minutes has passed. It smells amazing out here right now. I mean, amazing. Let's get these ribs off of here. Wow, it's beautiful. I am going to take these in the house, just let them rest a little bit, and then we're going to slice them up, and I'm going to get to eat some. It's good stuff. These things, I mean, they look amazing. And the smell, I mean, that hickory smell that's coming off, cannot wait to try this. Tender. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's got a smoke ring. I mean, it's not like a real dark smoke ring, but it's got a smoke ring. Wow, look at that juice. Cheers. Wow, good stuff. Happy with this cook. Not fall off the bone, and that's not what I wanted. I mean, at the very top, it's definitely fall off the bone, but the rest of these racks, it's just a very tender, and it's pulling clean from the bone, which is good. The glaze, it was a really great balance between savory and sweet with just a little bit of heat. Very pleased about that. I don't think there's anything I would change about the glaze. It's sticky too. You know, my fingers were, when I had the gloves on eating the ribs, you could see the little strings of glaze connecting my finger to the rib. It was awesome. Anyway, guys, thank you again for stopping by. If you're not subscribed, please just take a second and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys are hitting that notification bell so you'll know when I'm uploading new videos. I have some links down below. Please make sure you check them out. See you in the next video. Cheers.